Okay, we've had a lot of music tonight, so I'm going to be reading some poetry. This is part of a collection that I wrote for one of my poetry classes last year. It's not exactly the happiest set of poems, so I hate to put a damper on the mood right now. But the title of this collection that I wrote for my poetry class was called The Therapist's Office. And so I'll be reading a set of 4 poems right now. And before each poem, I'll give a little preface as to what it's about or what inspired it. Okay, so the first poem is called Home. And this was me thinking back to my high school days when I was struggling a lot with my personal identity. And I would just often take walks in my neighborhood just to get an escape from everything. You can also hold applause until the very end. That'd be great. Home. At sunset, I run down the concrete path, not knowing where my legs will take me in this lonely neighborhood. Should I find myself at age 15, maybe I could break away from this world where I am limited, where I am lost. I thought I had an identity, and I lost it. Or perhaps I never knew my true path in the first place. How is it that this world seems to have abandoned me, left me to my own devices at 15, leaving me wandering alone in this neighborhood? When I was 5, the grassy hills in the neighborhood park beckoned me. I leaped and lost my balance, tumbled down toward the sidewalk, the concrete path next to the street of rushing cars that didn't see me. My mother thought she had lost me in this cruel world. Even 10 years later, the world remains indifferent to this quiet neighborhood, where people like you and me are wandering aimlessly without purpose, lost in the wilderness, having deviated from the path we were supposed to take. I tell myself to explore new opportunities, to take risks, and embrace my existence in this world. But all these roads fade into the distance. No path distinct or clear in this neighborhood where nothing much happens. People are lost, restless, wanting more. People like me. How is it that people like me can't be braver, able to take hold of their lives and never get lost? Because when the rain falls and the world turns to night, I'm still wandering this neighborhood alone, unable to see any clear path. Here I am in this neighborhood at 15. The sun sets, the world grows dark. I am lost on this path until someone finds me. The next poem is called Asteroid Belt, and it's a concrete poem. On the page, it looks like everything's written in fragments. And this is me trying to encapsulate that really frustrating experience, feeling like you're always colliding and never getting where you want to be, like trying to get through an asteroid belt. Asteroid belt. Here I am, standing alone in this room, where every so often a celestial body seems to get in my way, jostled back and forth among strangers in strange smiles and faces I won't remember the next morning, sober, even though I am sober now. Someone once told me that there is such thing as luck, that the stars have to align somehow, that events don't play out arbitrarily. But I'm convinced that the universe isn't with me. I've moved 6 planets, 3 stars, and 8 moons, veered away from cosmic collisions and black holes. And still, I can't reach you, even when the path is clear. You still remain millions of miles away. The third poem is called February Day. This was written in the aftermath of a falling out with a friend. It was long after that had happened, and I was trying to capture that moment of acceptance, that a friendship can't be repaired. February day. The February day that I accepted, there was nothing left to save. I threw out a message in a bottle, not knowing where the dark currents would carry it. It might have been lost in the ocean the moment it left my hands. In an instant, what we had, beautiful, imploded. We died a sudden death, and so did the Angelica I knew. Never again will I know you, talk to you. You, the dearest I once knew. Like a sister, my future maid of honor. The last time I saw you, you had chopped off your hair, suddenly unrecognizable. A bottle came my way, a message from the afterlife. Your voice, your words of apology, eerily amicable for a ghost that no longer acknowledged my existence in person. Still as familiar as the ocean. But this was no longer your voice. It was no longer you. I remember the day we turned our backs on everything. Skipped class, rode the bus, escaped downtown, photographed this February afternoon. The wind in our hair, laughter ringing. The purest day we shared before everything went wrong. 9 months ago, I asked for too much. You concealed your true emotions. And then it was too late. A friendship unraveled completely. There was nothing left to save, only everything to take back. The last poem is called The Cry of the Mourning Dove. And this was me thinking about the sound of a bird I always heard outside my bedroom window when I was a kid. And it's funny sometimes going back at home, staying overnight and waking up in the morning and hearing this bird again and thinking about how it's like it's the same bedroom I'm sleeping in and the same bird I'm hearing in the morning, but so much has changed over the years. The Cry of the Mourning Dove. 16 years ago, I woke to a sorrowful coo outside my window. The sunlight fluttered in through the shutters, a soft beam cast across the bedspread and floor. I remember. The morning dew slowly dripped down the window pane, dawn having chased away the night. It was spring or it was summer. I don't remember. Time blurs together in memory. I heard this bird across the years, on mornings waking up and facing a foggy future. Even now, when I wake up from sleepless nights, the cry of the mourning dove calls to me. Leave behind the sorrows of childhood. Cast away the pain and heartache. Begin again with a new day. And time blurs across the years. Thank you.